Family. It's supposed to be our first safe haven, a place where we feel love, connection, and security. But for many, family is where toxicity first takes root. The tension, manipulation, unspoken resentments, and harmful patterns within families can create an environment that feels less like home and more like a battlefield. From a spiritual perspective, these dynamics are not just interpersonal struggles. They are profound opportunities for awakening, growth, and liberation. Toxic family dynamics are often woven into the fabric of a family's identity. They aren't just about one difficult person or one conflict. They are a pattern, repeated over generations. Secrets are buried, emotions are suppressed, and roles are rigidly assigned. The scapegoat, the golden child, the caretaker. These roles serve as coping mechanisms for the family's dysfunction, but they trap individuals in cycles of pain and disconnection. From a spiritual lens, these toxic patterns arise for a reason. They are the outward expression of unhealed wounds within the family's collective energy. Michael Newton, a pioneer in soul regression therapy, suggested that the family we are born into is often not random. It's chosen by the soul. The struggles we face within our families may be karmic, tied to lessons we agreed to learn before we incarnated. This doesn't mean the toxicity is justified. It means it has a purpose. It is there to wake us up. But before we can untangle toxic family dynamics, we must first understand them. Toxicity in families often stems from generational pain. Wounds, secrets, and traumas are passed down like heirlooms, shaping the family's identity. These unspoken truths fester over time, creating a web of dysfunction. Secrets, especially, act as shadows within a family. They hide in silence but manifest in actions, shaping the way family members interact. To unravel these toxic threads, you must shine a light on what has been hidden. Ask yourself, what patterns do I see repeating? What has been left unsaid? One of the most damaging effects of toxic family dynamics is how they distort love. Love becomes conditional, tied to expectations, manipulation, or control. Family members may guilt you into compliance or punish you for stepping outside the roles assigned to you. This creates a deep inner conflict because love, in its truest form, is meant to be freeing. When love is used as a weapon, it fractures your ability to trust, not just others, but yourself. From a spiritual awakening perspective, unraveling toxic family dynamics begins with awareness. Start by observing the patterns within your family. Notice the way conflict arises, the roles each person plays, and how emotions are expressed or suppressed. This isn't about judgment, it's about understanding. Carl Jung, a pioneering psychologist and spiritual thinker, said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." By bringing these patterns into your awareness, you take the first step toward breaking free. Next, approach your family with compassion, not to excuse toxic behavior, but to understand its roots. Toxicity often stems from unhealed pain. A controlling parent may act out of fear rooted in their own childhood experiences. A sibling's resentment may be tied to feeling unseen or unvalued. When you view these behaviors through a spiritual lens, you see that they are not attacks on you, but reflections of their inner struggles. That said, compassion does not mean tolerance. Setting boundaries is essential. Toxic family dynamics thrive in environments where boundaries are weak or non-existent. Boundaries are not walls to keep others out. They are frameworks that define how you will engage. For example, you may choose not to participate in arguments or refuse to accept guilt for decisions that honor your well-being. These boundaries are acts of self-respect and spiritual integrity. Another crucial step is releasing attachment to outcomes. Many of us cling to the hope that if we try hard enough, we can fix the family, heal every relationship, and create the harmony we long for. But here's the truth. Healing is a personal journey. You cannot force others to grow or change. Your role is to stand in your truth and create a ripple effect through your actions. As Rumi, the great Sufi poet, wrote, "Don't be satisfied with stories, how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth." Generational healing is also a profound part of this process. Toxic family dynamics don't just affect the present, they echo through generations, shaping the lives of those who come after. When you choose to confront these patterns and heal, you become a cycle breaker. Your decision to address the unspoken pain, set boundaries, and embrace spiritual alignment doesn't just liberate you, it creates a new template for the family that follows. Healing toxic family dynamics isn't about cutting ties for everyone, though in some cases that may be necessary. It's about detaching emotionally from the toxicity while remaining aligned with your spiritual truth. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means you no longer allow their behavior to define your sense of self. You recognize their pain, but you don't take it on as your own. Finally, forgiveness plays a pivotal role. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. It's not about condoning harmful behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of resentment. Louise Hay, a pioneer in self-healing, said, "Forgiveness is for yourself because it frees you. It lets you out of that prison you put yourself in." When you forgive, you reclaim the energy that was tied up in anger and bitterness. This doesn't mean you forget, it means you release. As you navigate toxic family dynamics, remember this: these challenges are not here to break you. They are here to refine you. Every conflict, every disappointment, every moment of pain is a doorway to deeper understanding and growth. You have the power to rewrite the narrative, not just for yourself, but for future generations. Toxicity does not define your family. It is a layer, a shadow, but it is not the whole truth. Within every family, even the most toxic, there is potential for love, healing, and transformation. The question is, will you take the steps to see it, name it, and change it? Because the moment you choose awareness, boundaries, and compassion, you shift the entire dynamic, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. You are not bound by the patterns of the past. You are a beacon of change, a cycle breaker, a force of light in the shadows of dysfunction. Step into your power, embrace the truth, and remember, the journey to unraveling family toxicity is not just about healing relationships, it's about awakening to the strength, wisdom, and divinity within you.